If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at insori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy merch indeed, and y'all shall eat them.
To buy our merch.
Yes, dear listener, yes, dear listener, yes, dear listener. Please type 22 if you can hear me.
And let us know
if you can see
us. But I believe you can see us.
Yes.
We've got it right there, middle. Isn't this it? Boop.
There it is. We do have the imperishable.
Vinny is on point.
The mighty imperishable flames, dear listener.
Yes. Okay, you guys. Here we go. The beginning of a stream.
Here we go.
Imperishable flames. The first song is for the big homie Middle Earth.
Middle Earth in this bitch.
The name of the band is Groza. The name of the song is Elegance of Irony. Interesting. The stream sanctioned by the Imperishable Flame is set for now. The Imperishable Flame will return on Friday, March 16th at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be there. This interim stream is sanctioned by the Imperishable Flame as the original requested date was in conflict with a blessed event, which is occurring tomorrow. A few of us just felt like doing a stream under
auspices
of the Imperishable
Flame.
Well wishes and congratulations to Vin and Sori on another wedding anniversary. May God bless you richly in marriage and in life.
Yes, Pinky.
Thank you, Middle. That was very, very sweet.
Yes, Middle. Our 6 or 7
for what?
year anniversary is tomorrow. Should technically be today, but it's a leap year. I think it's a 6 or a 7. I'm not sure, but we made it past. It's a 5-year line. 5-year mark is the thing.
Yep.
Stacy's metal family in this bitch.
All right. You know, I always thought people were really, real terrible people if they didn't know the amount of years, but I see you're kind of jostling back and forth.
Well, wait a second. Well, you didn't actually say either. So
that's
do
what
you
I'm
know?
saying.
Do you know? You don't know how long we've been married either.
I'm literally bringing it up because I didn't know. You know, you threw out 6 or 7. You didn't know, and I didn't really know either. I can tell you how many kids we've had since then. Okay, let's get to it. So, apologies for Vin. Oh, you don't have to apologize. I clipped up the video, so he's got just a straight link there. German black metal, y'all. I really like Groza. Remember, this is Middle Earth talking. Before I found out I was supposed to hate them and a few other bands I like. From Groza's 2021 album, The Redemptive End. I still heart Groza and the others, he says. Here are the lyrics.
All right, here we go. Groza in this bitch. What's the name of the song?
The name of the song is... I thought it was about irony.
It's a great song.
Babe, please. I literally got a hot flash. I thought we made a mistake.
Can
Groza.
Yeah, so did I.
Elegance.
Can you do me a favor
Elegance of
and
irony.
can you do me a favor and
Send me the
me the lyrics?
Yeah, I can do that for sure.
That would be helpful. Subhanallah.
Please stop effing around. Please, I beg of you. All right, here we go. I'm sending you the lyrics. Whoop. Here we go. Nope, that's... No. Apologies. Where's... There we go.
Any day now. Any day now.
Yes, I'm aware, but I had to send it to the correct place. Here you
We're
go.
losing interest here.
Okay, ready, you guys? Let's check it out.
Cheers from Brazil.
Groza, Elegance of Irony.
Where is everybody? Let everybody know where y'all from. Anyway, we're doing Groza.
We're from Maine.
We're from France.
We're from
France.
France.
Don't listen to her. Groza, Elegance of Irony. Let's do it.
Let's go.
lyrics, bro. These are crazy lyrics.
Yeah,
I'm
especially
actually
the
going to start
last
from
one.
the bottom,
Yep.
actually.
I just said it.
Right?
Yep.
Bring forth the son,
Yeah.
his name be war. Bring forth the daughter, her name be famine. Bring forth a bastard, his name be pestilence. Bring forth the last child, his name to be carved in two stones. But he doesn't name the last child.
Yeah, death.
But we obviously know the
death.
last child is death, because this is basically a remix of the Four Horsemen of Revelation, right?
That's what it was. That's the vibes I was getting, for sure.
Yeah, because in Revelation, you have the Four Horsemen. It's a red horse.
Pale. I know there's a pale one.
There's a red horse,
There's
a
a black
pale
one.
horse. The pale horse is kind of like a green.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Like
the
the
color is kind of like the
aliens?
color. It's not like green as in like deep green. It's green like if you're sick and you're about to throw up. It's
Yeah.
that kind of color.
Yeah. Okay.
So the first horse is a red horse, and it represents war, and it says to take peace from the land and cause men to kill one another. And then after that is famine, and famine was the white horse was a famine.
I thought it was, but you know what?
The white horse was a famine. The green horse was pestilence, and then the black horse was death. And so it was really, 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 really brilliant the way that they did this. Bring forth the son, his name be war, his body be steel, his words falling bombs. Bring forth the daughter, her name be famine.
Right here, the white horse looks like it is pestilence. Red horse is war. Black horse is famine, and the pale horse is death.
Death.
Is that the lineup you got?
Yeah, the pale horse. The pale horse is the green horse.
Yeah.
That's in the Greek term. It's like a whitish greenish type of thing
Here,
when
the
you're
pale
when you're
color is often
dying.
interpreted as cyclic green.
So like, it's really interesting, but you know how that very brilliant section fits into the rest of the song. I also think is pretty interesting. Come forth, gleam in the east, the dusk of a new day appearing in light and uncover every blemish. So that's obviously talking about the sun, right? Because the sun rises in the east and gleams, right? And appearing in light and uncover every blemish. So that's a really interesting use of that literary device, because it's like gleam in the east, dusk of a new day. Oh, this is great. This is positive. A gleaming light, dusk, new day, appearing enlightened, and then what are we being enlightened about?
We're gonna see all the flaws, every
Actually,
blemish.
It uncovers every blemish.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting. As rats chew on the cadaver of aeons,
What's an aeon?
Like a long period of time.
Oh, okay.
Long, like we say, eternity, eternities of eternities of eternities.
Okay.
Okay. So, as rats chew in the cadaver of aeons, as mountains wither beyond recognition, under the march of modern slavery, ground to dust, scattered in the winds, the elegance of irony, a sight to behold. Hopefully, it enlightens other worlds. So, right from the beginning of the song, you're supposed to be prepared for these paradoxes.
Yeah.
Or these, contradictions or juxtapositions.
Yeah.
Light and dark, recognition and obscurity, oblivion and repression. Certainty is lurking, waiting. No hymns of praise will sound. The yoke of silence. So you have these ironies that you're forced to live within in the human experience. Light and darkness. That's one. Recognition and obscurity. That's another one. That's actually a really, really important dynamic that a lot of people don't really talk about.
What do you mean?
The desire to be recognized.
Oh. Yeah.
While at the same time having the necessity for solitude.
Yep.
Right? So like there's this weird thing where human beings, like, we desperately want to know or be known. Mm-hmm. We want it accounted for that we were here. When we were listening to that Nightwish song and they did a big thing at the end. It's like, we were here, and it's like, obviously as Christians, we're going to say that's because of XYZ, but it is this thing where people want to be able to say they made their mark.
Yeah.
And the extreme end of this is obviously, when he talks about recognition and obscurity. an obscure person is that doesn't necessarily mean that you're lonely. It just means that you're not well known. It just means that you're not famous. And the vast majority of us are going to live and die anonymously. Like the vast majority of our lives and the things like they're important to the personal histories of the people that we're directly connected to. But like for example, we only know about 11 or 12 people from the time of Jesus, right? Like off the top of your head, Pilate, Augustus Caesar, Josephus, Tacitus, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are very few people that live these remarkable lives where people, but it's an odd world we live in now, because now you've got social media and recognition functions differently in our economy now. You know, like, there are literally now millions of people who have channels that have hundreds of thousands of subscribers.
Yeah.
And so it was interesting. Like and now there's an entire genre of, you know, and reality TV is not necessarily new, but when you're watching Netflix now, you'll see these people make the rounds on the same shows. Like one of them was in Big Brother, then they were in another show that like they make all these, and so it's like there's now this lane. And it was interesting because we were watching one of the shows yesterday, and the guy's like, I'm not interested in being a C-list, you know, whatever. Which A-list actor would be Tom Cruise, B-list would be, you know, the dudes that make the Christian movies, and then C-list would be like, there's this new...
I actually never heard of C-list.
Well, it's this new category of celebrity because of social media.
Oh.
You're not really an actor. You haven't been formally trained in any of this shit. You're just whatever. And now you're a recognizable person. And now it's like, yo... Yeah. You know, so like those balances are really interesting things to strike in our culture, because I don't necessarily know what it means to be a celebrity anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like what does that mean? Yeah. And I think that's a good thing. I think one of the things about the internet, it has kind of humanized everybody. And I think that's a good thing, because to me, you know, when I was coming up, Korn was like God to me. They were like literally almost like God to me. And part of the reason for that is that you would never see them. Right. So, you know, there's scripture in the Bible where it talks about God hides himself among the darkness and the clouds and things of that nature. Like they were a hidden commandment, and you only saw them for an extended period of time, like once a year at the shows. And so, like, having the posters on your wall and all that shit was your way of, you know, keeping that shit current. I probably don't have all those posters on my room if I'm a modern kid. Like, I bet you a lot of these modern kids don't have posters of their bands anymore because they're doing it. It's all digital. YouTube them. Yeah, it's their wallpaper or whatever. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like I said, the elegance of irony, like the concept of like fame and like the irony of all that, because it's all going into war, famine, pestilence, and death at the end of the day. It's like, why are you exercising all of this, you know, to become, you know, this thing? And human beings then get, you know, looked upon as rats chewing on the cadaver of aeons. Like, we're just kind of here. It's kind of like a godless universe, and we're all trying to find a way to like bring some meaning into the godless universe that this song is in. And he can't find a lot of solace in anything, because to him, death is going to have the final word, it looks like.
Yeah, and it seems like stuff is already, like, not very good. Like, as you said, as rats chew on the cadaver of aeons, as monuments wither beyond recognition, under the march of modern slavery, it's like we didn't get anywhere. Like, all of our monuments just came down to nothing. And, you know, I think most people would agree that the Atlantic slave trade and the way that America prosecuted slavery was crazy. And so when you look at that, it's like under the march of modern slavery, like here we are, we're at the end, and we never were able to get rid of that. We're still just going into disarray. Like it's a pretty hopeless song. What?
Well, I was listening to Sam Sater, and he was talking about these obscure Supreme Court cases that were coming up in the docket, and one of them was Native children or indigenous Americans. And you've got some folks now trying to introduce laws to make it so that the state, meaning America, can impose Americanism on these tribally sovereign lands and take away their kids and then give them to adoptive white parents. And it's kind of like
so crazy.
On the one hand, it's a form of like institutional kidnapping. On the other hand, it's a form of genocide in a sense, because you could just completely breed those kids out of their indigenous.
It's crazy too, because now the name has escaped me. The women that were rape was basically just becoming a part of the society. The Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
Handmaid's Tale, like they were forcing these women to have children and then taking their kids from them.
No,
and that's what they're doing. Like they're literally they're trying to take people's kids like that. It's crazy to give them to white families. What is going on?
Yeah.
Like how little can you care for these little children? Like they want to be with their parents and you're trying to.
Well, I think that the argument would be, it'd be better with us than with them. You know what I'm saying? Like that's.
Well, how about we fund them better?
No, I agree. I'm just talking about like modern day slavery and things of that nature. It's like it's pretty crazy to me. Like the shit is still going on. Like Richard said, Africa still has slavery at some points. The Arab world, that's still a major part of it at some points.
Crazy.
And so like there's some nihilism in the song to a degree. It's like we're just rats chewing on the eons of time or whatever, just waiting to die. But as we're waiting to die, we're stuck in this loop of constant slavery. It's a tough pill to swallow once you realize it. And on the one hand, it's kind of that love affair, love-hate relationship you have with, quote, capitalism, that on the one hand makes the world a giant factory, but on the other hand, if you're blessed with the ability to find ways to manipulate that system, you can really do stuff with it. But you gotta, it's a thing that I go back and forth with all the time. I'm looking right now at one of, a canisters of baby formula and all the rest of it. Like, we're able to do things because we're in a capitalist environment, but at the same time, like, I feel like we've lost our way. And like trying to find ways to reconcile both of those ideas, I think it's hard to figure out. What I do know is that I hate child labor, and right now our economy is foundationalized on that, and we haven't been able, in our infinite capitalist wisdom, to free people from slavery at the global level or even at the meta level. I really like the song. I thought it was very intelligently written. Obviously, everybody knows I love black metal. I'm a sucker for tremolo picking. I'm gonna give this one a 9.4. 9.4. Good first pick.
This one is an 8.2 for me.
8.2 for the little lady in the back.
8.2.
8.2 for the little lady in the back.
All right, you guys. Blaze of Sorrow next up.
The night has just begun. Commercial break.